So you could see here's the side profile. I have one from the front, and you could play around with this and just put this in, just using this as a process, as a launching pad to test versus just product only photos by utilizing lifestyle is just super important. How's it going, everybody? It's Gene Villanos here, another episode of the PPC Cave. Today is episode 82. We're almost at triple digits. We're almost at 100 episodes, but today is episode 82, how I use ChatGPT for lifestyle images. And Ryan did a really good episode last week. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and go back and check it out. It's episode 81, ChatGPT ads and what could happen with ChatGPT ads in the future. But today I wanted to talk to y'all about a little bit more about how I use ChatGPT for lifestyle images. And you might ask, why create lifestyle images? First point is testing is important when it comes to product page or just product only photos versus lifestyle images. Sometimes it's really plain and simple when we think that, oh, I already have a return on ad spend that's doing great. Why should I even continue to test? Then, that, in my opinion, is probably the worst way to create value for a specific campaign. I can say as a Google Ads manager, I already have success. Why should I continue to create more campaigns or tests? But that's just how to be better. That's just how to reiterate and iterate and find things that we wouldn't find if we're not testing. So I think that's the first point. Testing just regular product page photos or product only photos versus lifestyle is just super important to continually grow your account and continually learn. And as we've known, there's definitely more tools inside Google Ads that are being introduced that show you where Google Ads will be in the future. For example, if you were to go on Google Merchant Center, there's so many different ways to enhance your current white background with the photo product page photos with utilizing the AI that they have on Google Merchant Center. But from my experience, it's just not as good as ChatGPT. And I'll show you how, or the prompt that I use in ChatGPT here in a little bit. But before I get into more of the points, I do want to let everyone know that Opteo is still our sponsor. And if you go into the video description and click the link, www.opteo.com/theppccave, you'll be able to upgrade your regular 14-day free trial to a 28-day free trial. And in this case, Q4 is coming up, the last quarter. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is coming up. And if you need a little bit more help on the analysis, the reporting, the optimization of your current Google Ads accounts, or even if you're in-house and you only have one Google Ads account that you're managing, Opteo really helps with the blind spots or helps you discover some of the things that you wouldn't otherwise without having an extra pair of eyes. So I use it every day. It's amazing. Ryan uses it. If you have any questions, email us directly on theppccave@gmail.com, and we'll be able to answer any questions. Or if you need help to set up Opteo, let us know. We'll do it. It's so easy to set up. Really, really easy. That's not an issue. But anyway, Opteo is still there. Anyway, first point is testing is important. Product photos versus lifestyle. If you want to continually grow your account, a lot of the imagery that we're using with Performance Max, it's not just going to cut it having that white background photo and the product on your Performance Max asset group, or just, having only that, not having any other options to test or rotate on Google Merchant Center on what the main photo is for your shopping ads. I think you're just kind of pigeonholing yourself into thinking, okay, well, this is an acceptable return on ad spend. Let's not ask for too much. But I do believe testing is super important, not only for product photo only versus lifestyle, but just in general in Google Ads. I think that's a method or process that we have to adopt just so that we can continually be better PPC managers in general. Um, but yeah, second point is the importance of lifestyle images on Google Ads is just because if you have an actual photo that's being worn outside or what they call an in use photo, maybe you have a model or someone actually utilizing the product that's being sold, then it just evokes a different type of emotion, and perhaps your competitors are already doing this. You don't ever want to be behind when it comes to your competitors doing something and you not. So I do want to pull up my screen and just share a little bit of what I would see. So you see here, if we were to create a search for green trousers for men, you could see that the majority of the sponsored ads for shopping has a model or is in use or is a lifestyle photo. And, take note, if you see Banana Republic, Ralph Lauren, Shein, Bonobos, the big players understand that it's going to take a little bit more than just a white background and just a regular photo to evoke some type of emotion. And like I mentioned before, your competitors are doing this already. So why not make sure that if you're stacking up against the Sheens or the Bonobos or the Ralph Laurens of the world, that it's not just a white background and your product. Understand that you're going to need a little bit more and going to have to step your game up to be even in the same realm of interest. They're just going to skip over your product listing ad just because it's not enough nowadays, to just have the white background. And then maybe you test this. Like I said before in the first point, it's important to test things. Maybe your product does do better if it's just a product, white background, no lifestyle image. But from what I've seen in general, through a lot of different e-commerce clients, that utilizing the lifestyle images is just super important. And I've mentioned that Black Friday, Cyber Monday is coming up. There's going to be a lot more people pouring in their ad budget during the last couple months here in the quarter. So understand that you're going to have to do more to stand out and to be more competitive on Google Shopping. So what I would do, if you pull up ChatGPT, let me go ahead and show you. So this is one of my clients right here. They have this Alpha Kappa Alpha pants or sweatpants. I just took a screen grab of it. You just need something that's high res. And my prompt is use this image to create different lifestyle photos. I'll go through and say side profile, outside, inside, then on a model with face or a model without face. These are just options for you. You could just copy and paste one of these if you want a specific way or a specific, I guess, ideal customer profile to just pop more or to be shown more. Like if it's for women, you could say the ICP should be for a woman or for a man, but you could just play with this prompt, but I have seen it work well where there's not really a face, because the face on ChatGPT, if you put put like face on there, it just looks AI. I feel like the faces, like AI and faces, I think that's like one of the easiest way to tell something is AI. But if you are for a clothing brand, of course, are just saying, highlight it without the face, I think it kind of looks a little bit more classy and just gives more attention to the actual product, not the AI generated image. So you could see here's the side profile. I have one from the front, and then again here, and you could play around with this and just put it in your Google Merchant Center, put it in your asset groups for Performance Max. I think, just using this as a process, as a launching pad to test versus just product only photos by utilizing lifestyle is just super important, especially now that you've seen that I've pulled up earlier how it actually looks if you were to search for something random like green trousers men, where all the big competitors are using lifestyle images. And if you don't have models and you only have product photos, this is such a gold mine for you to be able to use ChatGPT and skip out on a photo shoot essentially. So but yeah, that is essentially all I had to talk about today. It's a very quick episode. It's quick and simple, but a lot of people don't do it just because it does take time. Sometimes, just staring at ChatGPT create a lifestyle image isn't the most exciting. So I'll have that window up separately from other optimizations that I'm currently doing, just because I'm not going to wait for those images to come out. I'm doing something else. So yeah, I think it's just really important to utilize ChatGPT for lifestyle images. And if you have any questions, we're here at theppccave@gmail.com, or you can drop a comment below. And yeah, let us know if you have any other things or discussions or topics or questions that y'all want to discuss. And we're always here. Me and Ryan release every Monday, 12 a.m. Mountain Time. We're on social media, TikTok, IG, and Spotify, of course, YouTube. So yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. And again, check out opteo.com/the PPCK for a 28-day trial. And if there's nothing else, bye for now.